So who here actually remembers St. Charles Town Center Mall in Waldorf during its heyday?
Let's go to the mall, everybody!
I'm talking about when there was an arcade in the mall on the second floor. You had a Ruby Tuesdays, Sears was still around, Macy's was not a terrible disaster zone like it is now, and people actually enjoyed going to the mall and hanging out. Anybody? I mean,
It's been 84 years.
But let's face it, St. Charles Town Center Mall today is a shell of what it used to be. St. Charles Town Center in Waldorf, Maryland is not exactly what I would consider a high-end or luxury shopping experience. I'm John Benya with eXp Realty, and today we're talking about the St. Charles Town Center Mall in Waldorf, Maryland. And the question that I'm asking you guys is, does the mall even have a purpose anymore? I remember from the heyday when the St. Charles Town Center Mall had all sorts of stores and lots of retailers, but now it seems like a shell of its former self. We're going to talk about that and some of the other issues that are plaguing the mall, so stick around and let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about some of the issues that are plaguing St. Charles Town Center Mall, and we're going to ask if Waldorf and Charles County even need a mall at all anymore. So stick around. First off, if you've been to St. Charles Town Center recently, you are probably in the minority of Charles County residents. This mall used to be bustling, and I mean absolutely packed. But a lot of the stores that used to be there, like Sears and Ruby Tuesdays and Buca di Beppo and Old Navy, have all disappeared. Part of it's due to COVID, and part of it's just due to the fact that malls in America are dying across the country.
Hold me closer in. It's getting dark.
While people are shopping more online, it begs the question, do we even need a mall anymore at all? I don't want to be in a mall at all anymore, and it doesn't really matter where it is. So I don't think that this is a unique issue to Charles County or Waldorf particularly, but I think that malls need a reimagining. The stores, I don't know if it's due to high rent,
I represent the rent is too damn high party.
or if it's due to lack of concern on the landlord's part, but the stores just aren't interesting anymore. When we used to have a wide variety of places to shop, now it just seems like random junk. The other piece to the puzzle is malls have been struggling since long before COVID, and the COVID lockdown certainly didn't help. A lot of stores left because there just wasn't enough business for them to stick around. And who can blame them, right? I mean, when theft is on the rise and sales are down, it's a pretty easy decision to make to just close the store. And we're seeing this throughout the local DMV area, right? It's not just Waldorf that's struggling, but there's lots of malls that are struggling. The Landover Mall is gone, Landmark Mall is gone, and when you go into some of the other areas, with rare exception, such as Tyson's Corner, it just seems difficult to keep a mall in business anymore. Another issue that I think we have is Waldorf is a highly affluent area these days. The average income is well over 6 figures. The average home value is $500,000 now. And yet, somehow, we still don't have luxury or high-end stores that want to come to the area. Now, I don't pretend to be a commercial real estate expert, so I don't know why people are so afraid to put in high-quality stores in the local area. But it seems to me that any retailer that sells high-end or high-quality merchandise does not want to be in Charles County. I also think that some of the local shopping centers are doing a much better job of maintaining and gaining clientele. We just found out that Old Navy is actually coming back to the Waldorf area.
Just $12.50 to $22.50 at Old Navy.
And that's great news, but they're not coming back to the mall. Instead, they're going to a local shopping center. Maybe that's the retail plan of the future, where you go to shopping centers to get all of your shopping done rather than malls, because online shopping makes it so much easier to get your basic necessities. And let's talk about online shopping. Amazon went and put in a distribution center right here in Waldorf, where the old printing center used to be for the Maryland Independent. With Amazon one-day prime shipping, does it really make sense to even go to the mall for anything anymore? I don't know. For me, I've been to the mall maybe twice in the last 3 years. And each time I was irritated that I had to go at all. But it was for something very specific, right? Like a certain type of running shoe that they carried. But I wasn't going to the mall because I felt like it was a fun activity on a Saturday afternoon. And that's the way that it used to be, right? When you went to the mall, it was like an event. I remember when I was a teenager, my parents would give me $20 and drop me off at the mall. I'd hang out with my friends. We'd go shopping at some of the local stores. We'd eat in the food court. Nowadays, I wouldn't want to drop my kids off at the mall to begin with, much less leave them there for any extended period of time. So maybe it's a function of the area. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Tell me in the comments below what you think about the St. Charles Town Center Mall, and is it worth even having anymore?